veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes.
Hey, my love bugs, welcome back. And to all my viewers, please like, comment, and subscribe. And let's get this channel moving, okay? Subscribe for my next upload. You don't have to see every video that I upload, but if you like a title or you're wondering or curious about a title, just come on over here like you did this video and watch it. And if you like what you see, comment below. Just comment. Everybody, to my love bug family and to my subscribers, my future subscribers. Now I'm sitting here. Let's get right into it. Okay, I'm sitting here and I watched Good Morning America. So that's what I'm getting ready to go to right now. And I'm gonna post it. And
honey latte.
What's the way? Okay, I'm gonna post it as I'm talking, and then I'm gonna play the video at the end. But first, I watched the video all the way through. I want to say I believe in what the producer of the Oscar is saying. It was a shock, but I really think that they should have followed the protocols as if it was still the same Oscar night as any other night or any other concert, any other event that was going on. If somebody get disruptive, you get security to escort them out, whether it's Will Smith or a regular Joe, or a regular Jan or Jill or Shaniqua, okay? Not to use Shaniqua as a bad name. It's not a bad name. I'm just using that because people do that. But anyway, I listened to the whole thing. I watched the whole thing. I get what he's saying. At the same time, I just think that it's still a black eye, regardless. It's just still a black eye. It's still a black eye because now I'm seeing stuff that people are lounging at or running up on the stage at Chris Rock's comedy shows now. Even though his numbers are up and the prices are rising on his tickets and everything, and he's getting the notoriety that I don't think he deserves that the way that it came, but he's turning it around all the way around. He has saved the Oscars. He's saving his reputation. He's doing a lot of stuff. He's saving face, making sure that he is not going to go down that rabbit hole like everybody else is falling into that rabbit hole little by little. Now, the ones like myself, I'd rather use this as a teaching tool than to use it to belittle anyone or make anybody seem greater or lesser than. What Will Smith done is what he's been embodying in himself for years, and he's had to hold his place in his status to not come out to be what his emotions were for that night. I really, really liked the way this interview went. He did say that the whole night was just full of excitement until this moment. So one bad apple spoils the whole bunch. When one bad thing happens, everybody gravitates to that one thing that is so alarming, so traumatic, so full of drama, so rotten, that it makes everything else that was so great and so grand and such a first for people. I mean, it even outshined the first deaf actor to get the Oscar. Like you took a lot. You sucked the whole life out of something that should have been so great. Then we worked so hard from the last time we had such a discrepancy, and we petitioned and boycott and all this stuff on the Oscars for this to happen. Like, I don't even watch the Oscars. I have never watched the Oscars. I mean, maybe I did, maybe when I was a kid and I had to because my mama was watching it. But me as an adult, I didn't sit down and we pop popcorn and make an Oscar night and all that stuff like I hear people talking about. Didn't do that. I don't even watch the BET Awards. I mean, I watch the BET Awards like far and in between. It depends. But I haven't watched the BET Awards since I stopped watching TV. And I stopped watching TV around the time I got married to my second husband. So, and we got into watching YouTube and, watching Tubi and Kraken and all that stuff. We got into Fire Sticks and stuff like that. I really got into the apps. So we got rid of our, our cable and all that stuff, and we bought Wi-Fi. So that's when my life just turned into, I don't want to watch TV anymore. I just want to I just want to watch what I want to watch when I want to watch it. So my husband, he was always watching Pimple Poppin', and I thought it was like the grossest thing in the whole world, man. So, like, after he had passed in 2019, and it would be 3 years now, after that, I started watching it. I got into, the toe thing. I got into the whole body thing because I'm a nurse. I'm a nurse. I used to be a nurse and assistant. I was studying to be a nurse, and my health started deteriorating from mental to physical, and I couldn't do it. And then when my dad passed, because my dad passed first, and then my husband, and it just whatever I was trying to do as far as medically, I couldn't do it. Then, well, really, to be really, really truthfully honest, because I was fighting a good battle with my fibromyalgia, my nerve damage. I got hit by a truck. So, yeah, that's where everything just started dwindling down to me not watching TV too much and really just getting into living my truth and living who I am and loving who I am and trying to find all these different remedies and stuff for my body and try to get, just get a true just about myself. And I became a better person by just leaving the whole news and TV stuff alone. Like, I went into a whole thing about Grey's Anatomy. I was a Grey's Anatomy fan. I'm still a Grey's Anatomy fan, but I binge watch it now. So whatever I've been missing from the time that I watched it the last time, which was back in January, I binge watched it on my vacation. Yes, I did. I had a week vacation, and I spent it mostly sleeping and watching Grey's Anatomy. Yes, at a Airbnb. We got 2 of them that week because it was a snowstorm. So we stayed in the one. I watched Grey's Anatomy all through that. The second one, I slept all the way through it. I really needed the rest because I was so beat up from dealing with trying to, see, this is the part. I want to go ahead and just make this perfectly clear. When you don't get into the dogma and the traumatics and the drama and the mindset of other people and just deal with the things that's going on within yourself and your life and your family, you don't have time to worry about who's doing this next door, who's got that the other way, this way, that way, and the third, okay? You don't have to worry about nobody but what's going on in your circle when you don't pay attention to the negative. Stay away from the negative because you got enough on your plate, negatively, positively, greatly, not so greatly. You got different mindsets already in your circle. Why can't you deal with your circle first, yourself, and then your circle? Because a lot of the people that's in your circle has the mindset of you. Birds of a feather flock together, right? Yes. So if your mindset is screwed up, then you got screwed up people in your circle. So you got to pay attention to you first, then start working out into your family and friends that are in your circle. Not the outsiders. Like the outsiders, like it's like the outer court, the inner court, and the holies of holies. You know what I'm saying? There's no in between. But when you got people on the outer court looking in and they want to be where you are, they need to work on themselves to get where you are. You know what I'm saying? So I can't watch these Oscars. I can't watch the news all the time. I pay attention to my surroundings. There's certain things that I watch, to make sure that I'm still in the now and I'm not getting lost and off the grid mentally. But there's only whatever you allow yourself to get entertained with. Whatever you put in your mindset to set you for whatever period of time that you're going to be set for. I am not going to get myself entangled. And that's the real way of using entanglement. Entanglement is a cheap way of saying cheating in a relationship. Okay, but entanglement really means that you got yourself tangled up in a situation that you had no control over at all. You might have thought you was going in one way, but you completely came out another. But in a relationship point of view of entanglement, it's cheating because you premeditated to do it and you did it. Okay? All right. That's not an entanglement. Now, I cannot let go of the Will Smith and Chris Rock situation. But I want to vindicate Chris. Okay? And Chris is being vindicated. Okay? Because people all over the world are saying, and then there's these weak-minded people that are doing the complete opposite. So people are saying that he has saved the show, he saved himself, he saved face. He made sure that he did not go out the color line, and he made the rest of the night go as well as it should have. Now, as for the weak-minded people, and I mean it in the way that I said it, it's not alleged, it's a lot of weak-minded people that love to follow suit on what they see and hear, and they think it's supposed to be so great that you go and follow up behind Will Smith and smack the hell out of somebody, or run up on the stage and try to smack Chris in the face. I mean, come on, man. What are you trying to prove? That you could be Will Smith and just walk up on the stage and smack somebody, or smack Chris again? Like, he's going to recover from this, because even though that scene is always going to play out throughout eternity, okay, he is going to be vindicated and made a hero of that night, because this could have gone a completely different way. So I'm going to go ahead and play the video, let this go, and you all have a good and blessed day. And remember, Jesus loves you, and so do I. Have a blessed day. Bye.
Let's go back to TJ and more of that exclusive interview with Will Packer, the Oscars lead producer. Hey, TJ.
Hey there, George. I was on the red carpet on Sunday, and Will Packer and his wife, Heather, and his producing partner, Shayla Cowan, actually came by for an interview, and they were over the moon excited. They were so excited. They had put in 6 months of work to get to this point. They were so excited about the show. And Will told me yesterday in our interview that after the first act, they were actually high-fiving and had a tear come through their eye because the show was going so well. And then in one split-second moment incident on that stage, they felt like they were robbed.
And the Oscar goes to...
Will Smith!
Will Smith won his first Oscar Sunday and got a standing ovation. This was minutes after slapping Chris Rock on stage. Show producer Will Packer says the optics of celebrating Smith so soon after that shocking moment weren't lost on him, but offered another viewpoint.
You know, I probably have a different perspective on that, TJ, because I was in the room and I know a lot of those people. And so it wasn't like this was somebody they didn't know. It doesn't make anything that he did right, and it doesn't excuse that behavior at all. But I think that the people in that room who stood up for somebody who they knew, right? Who was a peer, who was a friend, who was a brother, who has a 3 decades plus long career of being the opposite of what we saw in that moment. I think these people saw the person that they know and were hoping that somehow, some way, this was an aberration. He's going to stand on stage and maybe Chris Rock comes from the back and says, we got you all, you know. I don't think that these were people that were applauding anything at all about that moment. And all these people saw their friend at his absolute worst moment and were hoping that they could encourage him and lift him up and that he would somehow try to make it better.
Smith apologized to the Academy and his fellow nominees during his acceptance speech, but not to Chris Rock, something Packer says was a missed opportunity after striking Rock.
Do you wish Will Smith had left after that? Do you wish he did not remain a part of your ceremony?
I think what many of us were hoping was that he would go on that stage and make it better. It couldn't be made right in that moment because of what had happened. But I think we were hoping that he would make it better, that he would stand on that stage and say what just happened minutes ago was absolutely and completely wrong. Chris Rock, I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. That's what I was hoping for. I felt like he was gonna win, and I was hoping that if he stayed, he said that.
Art imitates life. I look like the crazy father, just like they said. I look like crazy father, just like they said about Richard Williams. But love will make you do crazy things.
If he wasn't going to give that speech, which made it truly better, then yes, because now you don't have the optics of somebody who committed this act, didn't nail it in terms of a conciliatory acceptance speech in that moment, who then continued to be in the room.
But just an hour before Will Smith's Oscar win, the 94th Academy Awards was celebratory. A renewed energy, vibe, and flair to the ceremony. There were show-stopping musical numbers. And 3 hosts delivering laughs.
Where movie lovers unite and watch TV.
But that all changed in an instant.
You talk so much about how great the energy was in that room.
Yeah.
After the incident,
Yeah.
what happened to the energy in the room?
Sucked completely out of it. It was like somebody poured concrete in that room. It was this feeling of what just happened. Is this real? How am I supposed to react? So it sucked the life out of that room and it never came back.
Packer credits Chris Rock for his composure, which may very well have salvaged the night.
Because Chris handled the moment with such grace and aplomb, it allowed the show to continue. And if he had handled that differently in that moment, which it could have gone so many different ways, and because Chris continued the way that he did, He completed the category. He handed the trophy to Questlove, who was somebody else who I feel like was really robbed of their moment.
Thank you.
It gave us license in a way to continue the show, which is what we were trying to do. It was such a huge moment and such a sad and disappointing moment that it wasn't something that we were going to come back from within that night, within this week. I don't know when we'll come back and people will be talking about anything else other than the show.
Chris Rock saved the Oscars that night. Did he save the show that night?
I think he did. I think he did. He certainly saved what was left of it at that point.
The night was filled with history-making, feel-good moments. Packer led the first all-black producing team. Ariana DeBose became the first Afro-Latina queer woman to win an acting Oscar. Coda won big.
I just wanted to say that this is dedicated to the deaf community, the Coda community, and the disabled community.
And also a big win of the night. After years of declining viewership, the ceremony rose over 60% from last year's broadcast.
A lot of people, they hear the ratings went up and they think the incident, the slap. But what was the highest rated moment of the night?
The highest rated moment was when Troy Kotsur won Best Supporting Actor. And as the first deaf man to win an Oscar, gave an incredible speech. It was heartfelt, it was funny. It's bittersweet because I've been getting a lot of love. A lot of people saying, man, I haven't watched the Oscars in years, and I really enjoyed it. It was a show that moved and was exciting, and there was so much inclusivity on the show. You had all these moments that are overshadowed now. So that's the bittersweet part of it, because I feel like it was a heck of a show, and it had some amazingly historical moments that I fear will be forgotten.
We have to remember, they had a good thing going and a vibrant show going. So that's unfortunate. And he wanted to make another point, and there has been a debate out there. Some are saying, and even calling Will Smith some type of a hero for protecting his wife, who was the subject of an insult. And that debate has been going on. And Will Packer wanted to make sure he said, look, yes, we can make an argument that black women in this country absolutely have not gotten the protection they needed, should be protected more, but at the same time we can agree that is not the way to protect them. That is not the way to do it.
Poured concrete in the room. That was a strong statement.
He said it was done. He couldn't get the energy back after that.
Strong words. Yeah. Great interview, TJ.
Great interview.